I firmly believe that governments are just death cults who benefit off playing with lives. When you deal with the supernatural, I don't know why a demon would need a spacecraft. And can you really call something alien that predates humanity?
Every other time with Eric, back like he never left. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
I know we starved you guys. It's been a long time.
About 7 months.
7 months since he came back, ladies and gentlemen. Legend the building. Big homie CC's back in town. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, brother. Good to see you again,
Good to see you, man. First of all, congrats on the crazy run you've had, bro.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Killing shit for 7 months.
Foot on the gas, bro. Can't play no games.
How was that, man? How was that? How was it going back to the States after like chilling here for? You stayed here for like 4 months, huh?
I was here for 6 months. Going back to the States was crazy because, like, you know, in Kenya, like, I'll taking some photos, but like people will just come say hi, big homie, and
Big Hatari.
Big Hatari, and they go about their business. But if I go to the mall and stuff, people will want photos after filming with you and stuff like that. I get home, man.
It was wild, huh?
Very wild, bro. Very wild. And I was enjoying it.
Where did you touch down first? Where did you go back home?
I landed in New York first.
Okay. JFK.
JFK International. I stayed there a few days. Then I went to Cleveland, Chicago, and went back home to Vegas. I'm from Chicago, but I'm based in Vegas now.
So do you hit the ground running or?
For sure, bro. See,
Shout out Cam Capone.
shout out Cam. And Eric just got to chop it up with Cam. I film with Cam at least 3 times a month.
Thank you for that connect, man. I just
For
did.
sure, brother.
I got to interact with Cam Capone, legend. If you don't know Cam Capone, just search your YouTube, man.
And I showed Eric things about Cam that people don't know. So I'll let him reveal that to y'all when he's ready. So yeah, I hit the ground running, bro, and full speed ahead.
What, the bags looking a bit bigger?
The bags were definitely increased. The bags was definitely increased. You know, where I'm hosting clubs, doing meet and greets, selling everything out. I'm just blessed, bro. I'm thankful for the people who support me. Thankful to my family here in Kenya for supporting me in all the comments. You know, they follow me every platform I go to. I'm just blessed, bro. I'm thankful. You know, I walk in the light and it paid off.
And America is super fast paced. Like I was watching, of course, through your social media.
Yes, sir.
And when I say gas pedal, like balls to the wall, like
Balls to the wall,
like
man.
city to city.
Yeah. I'll be on the road like 20 plus days a month.
How much flying is that?
Oh, man. Sometimes you're taking 2-3 flights in a day. You go to one place, finish up, back on the flight. Finish that up, back on the flight. Then we ended up getting I bought a Sprinter, which is a good investment because, bro, like the flying, when you a big dude, you know, first class cost, you try to cut the cost on that down. And we just on the road, beating the road down, making appearances, meet and greets, strip clubs, nightlife, everything.
But so much, big homie, has happened since your last year. Like
For sure. We'll have to catch up on
a global scale. Like
For sure.
the world has literally moved and shaked. Like
A lot of this we predicted.
a lot of it we predicted. I mean, who would have imagined 7 months ago we'd be living at a time where the U.S. government
Yep.
has released 3 troves of UFO files.
Right?
Is it smoke and mirrors or is it real?
It's definitely real, but it's also smoke and mirrors. Simply because when the files dropped on war.gov, it did 1 billion views. This is something that they said people weren't interested in. And it all goes back, something I spoke about here in our first interviews about Luis Elizondo, CIA officer, coming out with a book called Imminent.
Put that on the screen.
So him naming the book Imminent resounded with me because
And he's big in the UAP space.
he's definitely big in the UAP space. He's one of the first people to come out. And they're only telling us this now because something may happen. It's out of their control. And that's why I wanted to sound the alarm. And they're setting us up for a holy war between demons and humans, basically.
Are they demons or aliens or both? J.D. Vance famously has called them, of course, demons.
Right.
The scientific community thinks it's just other life forms, otherworldly life forms.
Right.
So which is it, in your estimation?
You know, when you deal with the supernatural, I don't know why a demon would need a spacecraft. And can you really call something alien that predates humanity? These are the topics and the way they word things, how they keep things hidden. In the United States of America, the president is on a need-to-know basis, so he doesn't get debriefed about everything. We find ourselves in a paradoxical effect of the human condition because you got to follow the patterns, and oftentimes those patterns contradict themselves. Because I firmly believe that governments are just death cults who benefit off playing with lives. And if you look into a gentleman by the name of Credo Mutwa, who was a Zulu shaman, he speaks about certain entities and groups that exist, and we seem to be a resource to all of them. And I think it's very perplexing that we're the only species that exists on the surface of the earth, and everyone else hides. I think there's some credence to that.
So you think
when you look into the Anunnaki, they had an enemy. You research the Greys, apparently they live underground. You research all throughout different parts of the world, you find these underground caverns and citadels where people have lived underground. What were they hiding from?
Any chance that they're like a caretaker civilization? Because famously, this UAPs, UFOs, and for those watching who don't know what UAPs are, unidentified aerial phenomenon is what they're called. Typically,
sure.
Used to be called UFOs, unidentified flying objects. That was like the old school name. But there are always, or rather there's been a trend of them being seen near nuclear facilities. And the narrative is told that the reason that is that so that we just don't kill ourselves or obliterate ourselves. So every time we come close, they'll be spotted at some of these nuclear sites. And contrary to popular belief, people thought it was just in the US. But like China have their own.
For sure. Every government has their own UAP program.
So is there any chance that these are, they have our best interests at heart, perhaps?
All right, here we go. Okay, so if you look at all of the data, eyewitness testimony, and all of the events that take place, it seems as if we're a resource to these groups that are operating. And there's a guy by the name of Carl Higdon. Carl Higdon has a very interesting abduction story where he encountered a being called himself Ozo-1 who communicated to him that, look, we come down here, we take elk, we take fish. He was an elk hunter. Interesting thing about his story was once he was taken, the being who took him said, you're not what we're looking for. He brought up his illness with his lungs. The being healed that. And when they brought him back, they just dropped him on the top of a hill. He fell down, injured his arm, and just dropped him off. Not as if they were dealing with somebody as one of their peers. If you look at the story with Carl Higdon, it seems like he interacted with a robot, somebody doing the duties of a higher civilization. And if you research the Greys, they're robots, they're drones working for somebody else. Who are they hiding from? That is my concern. Because if you look at, let's take the Anasazi. The Anasazi is a Native American tribe, and they speak about a group called the Ant People, who came from subterranean to teach them how to survive certain cataclysms. Let's take the Dogon tribe out of Mali. They speak about people coming from the stars, teaching them, giving them fire. They have star maps before any telescope ever existed. How did they know this? And they spoke about a group called the Nomo, who came out of the water and told them, don't trust the people coming out of the sky. Why are we so important and not so important at the same time? If you look at the Anunnaki information, they said that they created us to be a slave race to mine gold, and we rebelled. Look at ancient Egypt. The pyramids of Giza were already ancient in ancient Egypt. History that we know has been completely altered. It's almost as if we're a species with amnesia and the powers governing us don't want us to know. It seems like every time that we reach a certain level and rebel, we get reset.
But the question would be then, why now? Because recently Steven Spielberg put a post on the screen, drops a movie called Disclosure. And we're living in a time where, I was laughing with a friend of mine last week, and we're like, on the one hand, yes, the UFO release, that government, the US.gov gets 1 billion hits. Right. But on the flip side, there's a whole side of society that just seems unfazed by the fact that the US government, this is a superpower of the world, is telling people that this is evidence that we're now releasing to the public of unidentified aerial phenomena that we have, and people are chilling.
Well, you got to think about this. The light bill is coming. The car note bill is coming. Rent is coming. It's hard to escape the matrix when you're trapped in it. And when you look at the entire scale of things, being an American, I know that our government, if they can't put taxes on it or control it, they don't acknowledge it. So when you see Luis Elizondo coming out with a book called Imminent, and you see all of these prominent figures building bunkers, the only way to prepare for the future is to study history. And all throughout history, we find these abandoned underground cities and all of these civilizations that seemingly disappeared.
Even the Amazon, when they use LiDAR.
They use Amazon, they use ground penetrating LiDAR in Amazon. They find these massive cities that hosted millions of people. Where'd they go? They use it on the pyramids. They find structures under the pyramids taller than the Empire State Building. Why are they hiding this? Why is Ross Coulthart coming out saying that we have portals that are hidden in national parks? It's almost as if some type of event is going to take place and they want to get out in front of it.
And they realize they can't control the narrative.
Absolutely. And they're trying to control the narrative before certain things take place, because no government can exist if people don't pay taxes. If people find out, wait a second, we are not the apex predator on the planet, not paying shit, let's take it to the streets. Society can have a societal collapse. And that's what they want to prevent.
But in I've even done a whole feature on the Epstein saga, and of course that steam has kind of died down in terms of mainstream news. And I've had schools of thought where people say Trump threw everything to cover up the Epstein files. So we have this disclosure files,
right?
Then we have all of a sudden, of course, the moon mission,
right,
taking center stage,
right?
Came and went. Then now we have the war, Strait of Hormuz, and as of today, I think that they've reclosed the Strait of Hormuz. And just 2 days ago, I thought they had signed a deal and everything was dandy. But all these things took humanity's attention away from the Epstein files, and a narrative is told of a potential cover-up. Like all these things were just there to cover up the files and the content of the files.
100%. And humanity's history as we know it is dark. There are a lot of similarities between Epstein and certain ancient civilizations. Take the Aztecs, for example. The Aztecs had a child sacrifice program. They would fatten up babies to prepare them to be sacrificed to the gods in exchange for gifts. Hypothetically, it's the same thing that Epstein was doing.
And the gifts being like what? Technology?
Absolutely. So if you read the book of Enoch, it's like those beings exchange technology with human beings for sacrifice. The scriptures say, make sacrifice to us and we will do your bidding. Same core principle. That's what we see Tucker Carlson come out and say, they don't want us to believe in the supernatural because they serve it. That's really what's taking place. When you see Putin come out and say that the oligarchs in America have been filling their stomachs with human flesh and the vampire's ball is coming to an end, you see him banning the Church of Satan all throughout Russia.
8 years, bro. You're caught worshiping the devil in Russia. 8 years guaranteed.
You're going down. You're going down. And that's why I have such tremendous respect for the people here in Kenya, because when the Strait of Hormuz closed, oil prices went through the roof. And my people here are sending me videos of protest. I'm watching people here protest the oil prices, the gas prices, who don't even have a car. So imagine if these people here were permitted to have, everybody could have a firearm, there would be no government. That's what it's all about. Control over the human condition. Because if people in Kenya had the same gun laws that they have in America, a lot of stuff just wouldn't be able to take place.
And the origin of, just for context, the origin of it's what amendment is it? The gun.
I think it's the Fifth Amendment.
Fifth Amendment, right? Right to bear arms.
Right to bear arms.
The whole principle behind it is in case of a rogue government.
Absolutely.
How many rogue governments do we have all over?
Look at the UK. They ban guns. They can only have knives, and they're on the brink of collapse. Look at all of the countries where they ban firearms. They have totalitarian governments. If people in Kenya could have guns like that we have in America, it'll be ran by the people.
It's going to sound like a simplistic question, but I famously say that I'm embarrassed that I supported Trump at this point in time.
Why do you feel embarrassed?
Because he's proven to be the greatest finesser we've ever seen.
Finesse.
In human history.
Have you ever seen the video when he said how he would run?
He ran on the principles of releasing the Epstein files. He hired a whole Dan Bongino.
He wrote a letter to Epstein when he was locked up in 2009 for his birthday.
Like, happy birthday.
Yes.
God damn. His whole staff, Dan Bongino, look at the FBI, Kash Patel. These guys, their whole claim to fame was...
Before Kash Patel took his position, he said, I have the black book.
Yeah.
Everything's going to come out. He got in the office, he said, there's nothing there.
Pam Bondi, all these guys. And how did it switch? That's the finesse. And it reached a point where he can no longer lie and people don't realize, hey, wait a minute, man. You bullshitting, man.
And that's the thing. Let me one second. Let me blow my nose real quick.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to get into this. Adjusting to the Kenyan atmosphere. New allergies.
Welcome back, though.
Man, I'm happy to be back. Home sweet home. Okay. Is it possible to... All right, first things first. Big money never comes clean. Gotta know that. Secondly, there's a guy named Shavayo Wicknell. You know what that is?
I've had the name.
He's a businessman from Zimbabwe.
Oh, the guy who's doing our airport.
Yes.
Shout out the big guy.
Yes.
Private jet.
Yes.
Put a video of this guy dishing out $100 bills at the airport to our airport staff just the other day.
Now, Ruto comes under scrutiny for his association with this person when It's documented that he's been involved in organized crime. Go to America, the salary for people in Congress is like $150. Why are they worth $400 or $500 million?
Insider trading for sure.
None of them get arrested.
Nancy Pelosi famously has.
None of them are arrested for none of this.
She has a better outlook than Warren Buffett.
now that should be punishable, but oligarchies exist, and in order to run for any office, you have to raise several hundred million. None of those people who donate their money are politicians. When you look at political aspects of things, they always call it theater. That's what they call it.
Yes.
That ain't suspicious to you?
The theater of politics, yeah.
So what does that mean? Every time you go to a theater and watch a production, what does it have? A script. It's all scripted. Why would the president be on a need-to-know basis? Because he's a temporary employee. In all governments, you have people that work for the government who can be in power 20, 30 years. They don't get elected, not elected officials. In America, we watched Trump lose an election. They stormed the Capitol. He won the next one by a landslide. Did they fix the election? They trying to lock Obama up right now, collusion charges with Russia. Hunter Biden received a lot of money from China. In America, I combat human trafficking. Whatever people call me about, I go investigate. Ask me the scariest part about this in the way Eric does, so I can respond properly. Because I'm going to tell people, I just said it in front of everybody. Everybody who followed me and support me, I done went on everybody's platform. I've never sat in front of anybody that's more skilled than this man here. Your journalistic perspective, your general knowledge and awareness, and the way you can associate with all different cultures is unmatched. That's another reason why I had the aptitude and the motivation to get back, because my most viewed videos on my own channel, Off the Grid Network, is with every other time with Eric.
Thank you very much, man. Kind words
Sure.
from Big Homie CC, man. We
Sure.
appreciate you here every other time with Eric. So you talk about oligarchs, and oligarchs typically has a connotation of within the country. But what you're describing now seems like a global oligarchy where, I mean, you're talking about the likes of our president going to G7. Like, it seems like these guys have all come together for this script that you speak of.
Right.
And there's 10 years ago, we'd hear New World Order, One World Government. Are we slowly moving in that direction?
I'm going to say this. It would benefit humanity if we had a one world government. But it's not suspicious to anybody that us as humans, we pass certain policies that are anti-human, that go against our own progress and growth. To me, that's concerning. It's almost as if there are certain groups that walk among us and are controlling things. Are you familiar with Robert Bigelow from Bigelow Aerospace, who was the owner of Spinwalker Ranch? Bigelow spent the most money privately on researching this topic. He said that they walk among us.
Do they look like us?
Some of them do.
They camouflage as in human form.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I remember I asked you to ask me what was the scariest part of all my investigations. I'm going to say this. Being in America, we watched the Democrats open up our borders. Now, me, I live very close to the border between Mexico and the United States. Several 100,000 war-aged Chinese males have come through the country.
Oh, yes. Military aged.
Yes. Now, when they show up, they say, I'm going to camp. Where are they going? We've seen several illegal Chinese police stations get shut down in America. I believe the same thing is happening here. If the Kenyan people find out about this, they're not going to wait. They're going to go remove this threat on their own. this is why you got to pay attention to how governing bodies operate. Because out of all of the things I've investigated, the scariest thing for me was I'm in the Pacific Northwest following human trafficking leads. They say they're holding certain people in these unpopulated areas and they're running brothels. Now, when weed got legalized, some people I know were looking for places to grow it. We are in places where most people are not going. We definitely seen Asian camo dudes patrolling areas. And to me, that was concerning. Because I'm not going to say, I don't know what country they was from. But when we ran into them, they was fully camoed out, full spec, tech, armed to the teeth. And they're patrolling certain areas.
Do you think this has been the awareness of the U.S. government? Or this is unbeknownst to the U.S. government?
I believe the deep state Democrats knew all about this because who owns the most farmland in America? The Chinese government. But as an American, you can't buy farmland in China. Joe Biden's son got caught doing what? Taking money from China and giving it to his pops. We seen the guy from the Fugees, the rap group, doing the same thing.
He's in jail, no?
He's in jail.
Yes.
He don't have the complexion for the protection. So you got to look at all of these things. When I got here to Kenya, I get to the airport. I'm going through the passport area. We got to check in with the passport and get approved. Bro, it was all Asians. All of them.
All Chinese.
All Chinese. And I said, wow, same thing is happening here. The difference is, in my country, what y'all call us Black Americans, over there we call African Americans, we don't really have national pride like that. We don't really consider that our homeland. Here, this is y'all homeland. There are certain groups here that were never colonized. Ferocious. Like I always say, Kenyan people is the coolest people you ever meet until they are not. And these are things we're going to see take place here very soon because my first time coming here was protests going on, police shooting people, and I got videos, guys chasing the military with machetes.
What do you think about that Trump trip to China? A lot of people say in terms of how he carried out the diplomacy was blunders all around.
He told President Xi, if you try to take Taiwan, I'm going to bomb Beijing.
Is that something America can tell China?
He did this. You can pull this up.
No, I don't doubt that he did. My question is in terms of capability. Are China the people who can be told that in 2026? Because I saw the foreign, I don't know what they call him, the foreign Minister of Foreign Affairs kind of guy, the guy with glasses.
Yeah.
He came out and said, he did a whole thing saying we're superior in every way. Let America know. In every way, in every how, aerially, superiorly, from the left, from the right. Like he told them, like, yo, you can't fuck with us. Pretty much. Like, and
is Iran and China allies or not?
I think right now they are because didn't China?
Yes, they are.
They threatened Israel.
Did you see China support Iran when they were getting bombed? Publicly, no. They supplied them with equipment.
Yeah.
Then we seen recently J.D. Vance come out and warn Israel about going against the United States. So we're watching civil wars take place behind closed doors in parliament and political aspects of things. And at the end of the day, what is the most important thing for every government? Income. The moment certain countries were using the Chinese yuan to buy oil, now we're going after Iran. Now we're going after the Strait of Hormuz. Now
Maduro.
Let's talk about that. Maduro was protected by the Cubans. They're very good at what they do. They kept Castro alive. Maduro's personal guard was all Cubans. when special forces went and took Maduro, they had no casualties. And his personal guard all went home in small boxes.
They said they used weapons like never seen before.
And a weapon called the discombobulator.
And if you remember, Trump had won Maduro. However, he wasn't going to act until that day when the Chinese were there in the morning.
100%. They offered Maduro out.
Yeah, they were negotiating.
He called on China.
That evening,
China showed up.
That evening, guy was on a chopper.
Y'all got it. Think it's a game? Okay. What type of weapon can turn men into ash? If China had that, there would be no more America. They would already took Taiwan. These are the facts.
I like how you answer that. So you're saying for a fact, and this is not just because you have American blood running through your veins. You're saying that you believe wholeheartedly America still remains a superior
100%
military force.
100%.
And Trump put a compilation of Trump reminding the world, we got better weapons.
Listen, bro.
New weapons.
Yo, impersonation skills is up there. Okay. So let's name a few facts. China has certain laws where all boats must be built to military spec. We don't have that in America. China has shipbuilding capabilities 300 times greater than in America. We've seen China doing drills outside of Taiwan for almost 5 years now. They haven't made a move.
The war games.
They haven't made a move. Then we see Trump come and say, oh yeah, we do a lot of things to China. They do certain things to us, we do a lot to them. We never seen this type of transparency before. He's doing that for a reason. You know, China has execution vans where once you're convicted, the van pulled up to your house, executes you at your house, and they take your corpse away. They have a social credit system.
Oh, yes.
Certain things that they have, and then they've lied about their population.
As we speak right now, in terms of the social credit system, is that in contemporary modern society, we think of a social credit score as a control tool of the future. However,
it's in the present.
Right now in China, you fumble, you won't travel, you disturb the peace, and you can't even move town to town. Like, they're actually functioning already with a social credit score.
And they lie about their population.
Apparently, it's like a third.
Look up the ghost cities in China. Yeah, entire cities, there's no population there.
So these guys are not 1 billion plus, apparently.
It's impossible.
There's a lady who estimates that they are just over 300 million.
Yes.
Which is similar to the US. US is what, 350?
Around that.
Because the biggest fear around China, despite their weaponry and their military force, was, of course, the numbers, boots on the ground. You know, if you have 1 million man force, that's already a force, you know.
For sure.
Even in just in normal life, I'm coming 60 deep, you know, like.
Yes, sir. Street values, everything.
You could be a kung fu master.
Strength in numbers.
Guys pull up 60 deep.
You got an uphill battle.
So when does this bluffing end? Because they're calling each other's bluff. Because that guy actually went and said that they're superior by all means, all angles, all forces.
That's not true. A lot of smoke and mirrors with China. A lot of bluffing.
Are we witnessing, from the outside looking in, are we witnessing the fall of an empire when you look at America? Because that narrative the volume on that narrative is being turned up. Where from the outside looking in, people are trying to say America is on the decline. Is that a fact from within?
No, it's not a fact. It's not. I lived there. Okay. Propaganda is something that exists. China have so much net censorship for a reason. They like under the same act as North Korea. When you put your people in a harness and you see billionaires escaping China to come to America, come on, bro, the place is not on the decline. It's not on a decline at all. When it comes to military power, have you ever seen China go and take a dictator down?
Not like that, man. Not like Maduro, man.
What happened to Maduro was a message being sent.
Was he wearing? What was he wearing? Under Armour? What was
Yeah,
it?
Nike Tech on.
It was a Nike. It was not like an ad. Did Nike buy some? Did Nike buy some Maduro ad space?
You know, Nike made their money. And you gotta understand something though. Like a lot of things when it comes to political space is posturing, because when you have an armed population, you gotta be careful. Because what happened in Ukraine? Zelensky's plan was to give every Ukrainian citizen an AK-47 to push off the Russians. Who funded them and gave them all the weapons? America did.
U.S. of A.
U.S. of A. That should have started World War III. Putin's his military isn't as strong as he boasted it to be.
Right now, they're suffering.
They're definitely suffering. We just see Moscow.
He's become, apparently, sorry to cut you off, he's become extremely paranoid. A story is told where his whole inner circle is 24 hours surveilled.
And several of his body doubles have all died.
And he's living in a bunker.
Yeah. We just see Moscow capital get bombed heavily by the Ukrainians.
They also showed us there's a drone that reached his residence. Remember the footage?
Yes. So, okay. Are you familiar with Evgeny Prigozhin?
Yevgeny Prigozhin. Legend, man.
Once he challenged...
Okay, not legend. I'm trying to live, man. I'm trying to live. He never made it.
He didn't make it. Once he challenged Putin...
He shook things up.
As soon as he got on the plane, his plane got shot down.
But I remember the day. You know, I remember I was chilling at a friend's house and, of course, news everywhere.
Yep.
Yevgeny is marching to the Capitol.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Is that guy? Because Yevgeny started off as a chef and somehow gained favor with Putin.
For the Wagner Group?
Wagner Group. And that was like a private military. So he was commanding these whole guys. And one day he's marching to
the capital.
To the capital. And somehow they managed to negotiate. I don't know how, probably money, I don't know. But they managed to stand him down.
Yep.
Of course, everyone with eyes was just like, okay, this guy's clock has started.
You already know. Tick, tick, tick.
I think 48 hours? Or?
48 hours, his plane got shot down.
His plane got shot down.
Now,
Yevgeny Prigozhin. Put that guy on the screen.
We have not seen anything of the sort take place in America.
But CC, they're trying to kill Trump at correspondence dinners, bro. And no one took notice of that. The guy who put footage of the guy running through the body scanners, and I think
this is what started the problem with Iran. Iran put the bounty on Trump. Several attempts got made. Then the bomb started.
They've threatened Ivanka as well, apparently.
For sure. There have been several more attempts on Trump that was not publicized. That's the part people don't want to talk about. Because, all right, man. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, man.
Come on now.
Let's just get into it. Now, every time you see gold prices go up, it's in what? Times of war. So as soon as I seen gold prices shooting up, I said, war is coming. People don't realize that there are several companies that make billions every time wars start.
Raytheon,
Lockheed, Boeing, all of these companies. And who they owned by? BlackRock. And there's another group. I'm not going to say their name because that bothers the algorithm. But they just bought a whole city in Kenya, in Nakuru.
Oh, yes. I know which guys you're talking about.
Now, this group of people have a lot of enemies. Now, they're going against their strongest ally, which is the United States government. Which means what? there is an internal struggle between all of these groups over control of what? Humanity. Do you think human beings alone can pull off this great farce on their own?
So you think they're getting some help that's beyond?
100%, bro. It's impossible for them. It's impossible for them not to. Are you familiar with the recent post that's been going viral where Trump is talking to the blonde-haired white dudes?
I saw a video that I couldn't tell if that was AI or real, but
They edited footage of him talking to the Norwegian national team for the World Cup. But it coincides with whistleblower David Grush speaking about the tall white Nordics who are a few centuries ahead of us, who seem to be escaping their own oppressive government.
David Grush is the guy who's done Joe Rogan as well.
Yes.
He's the guy who talks about non-human biologics.
Yes. So when you look at all of this, it's like, okay, why are they drip feeding us this? If you pay attention, this really started with 3I Atlas, the interstellar object that traveled.
Yes.
We're seeing the most asteroid incursions that we've probably ever seen in history. I don't believe there's all asteroids. I know for a fact that they walk among us, several different groups. And the universe is filled with life, but they all seem to live subterranean for a reason.
Subterranean, you mean below the earth?
Yes, for a reason. And us as humans are the only ones who live on the surface. Did you see the whistleblower come out speaking about the U.S. government spent $2 trillion on building underground cities?
Was it 2 or like 23?
It's between 2 and...
A lady, right?
Lady, yes. I don't want to lie, but it's a large amount of money.
And then you have a company like the Boring Company.
Now,
What
who owns the Boring Company?
Musk.
Then he has his Optimus robot. Then he has SpaceX. So, if you're going to live on Mars, you're going to have to live subterranean. You got your Boring Company, you got the Optimus robot, and you got SpaceX. They're going to go build all of this shit before humans get there.
Do you believe there's an actual civilization? She says it for like with such certainty, and she's like, it's been happening for the past like 30 years. They've been working on it, and there's a whole like underground modern civilization that exists, and it's like in readiness for something that you mentioned earlier, like in readiness for something that's coming.
Have you ever heard about the hollow earth theory?
I've had someone on Joe Rogan talk about that.
Are you familiar with Admiral Byrd?
Is that the guy who flew over the North Pole?
Over the ice wall.
Ice wall, yes.
He said he's found land past Antarctica.
Yes.
What's the name of that land? It's Agartha. Are you familiar with the guy who flew his plane to Antarctica, the Chinese dude or the Asian dude?
The young guy.
We haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, he got in a lot of trouble.
Have you heard anything about that?
The last I heard, he was being detained. I don't know if they eventually released him. Perhaps they did. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he got detained. No one speaks about whatever happened to him. The issue is this. Antarctica, every country on the planet has a treaty to where everybody gets along in Antarctica. So why are we having wars? Why are there maps that show Antarctica being populated? Locations where there's installations. Why was Hitler so obsessed with this location? Admiral Byrd said he encountered flying saucers that had swastikas on them. If you study the history of the swastika, it long predates the Nazis. At the end of the day, 1561, Nuremberg, Germany, there was a UFO event that took place. It was a battle. Some of those ships were cross-shaped, orb-shaped, and giant triangles, things we still see to this day. I believe the wrong side won, and that's what's going on right now today. 100%.
So all these things that are being I mean, like, I feel like news is coming at us so fast in 2026. You're barely. I remember the time I was with my wife and we're just scrolling, and so much is happening. You know, guys are being bombed. Iran is being bombed.
Right.
And then just before we slept, Ebola. We're like, come on, man. Like, give us a break, man.
We just seen people in United States politics come out and say that Fauci was funding the Wuhan lab in China. That's where this shit is coming from. Where I live at in Vegas, they found several biological labs that were being ran by Israeli guys who got locked up. All their charges are dropped. Why is that? Why is the CIA poisoning clouds and fog in America and testing the results on human beings? It's almost as if it's a different species and we're going to see what's going to happen with this.
So is the Earth like a lab? What is going on?
I definitely believe Earth is like a zoo, a laboratory, a terraformed place where a lot of different species come here and they utilize the gene pool. We just seen Congressional Rep Matt Gaetz come out and say that he was debriefed on human-alien hybridization programs. Why is he saying this? Why is companies like 23andMe coming under scrutiny for saying that the CIA bought them to track alien hybrid groups on this planet? Why is information coming out? Because something's going to take place if they can't control. They want to get out in front of it. That's all it boils down to.
So do you think Earth becomes like this unlivable? I mean, different cultures call it different things, but in biblical terms, they call it the tribulation, where literally hell on earth, where it becomes unlivable almost.
There are too many instances where human beings had to live underground. There was a situation that took place on Earth where for 10 years, the sun was completely blocked out from a volcanic eruption. They don't talk about this. There are videos from in Hawaii where condos are getting knocked down by waves. Why would you build?
Except the blue ones.
And then that's another thing, right?
Remember that whole...
I remember that. Then if you look at the wildfires that take place in America and California, which is a land grab. How is...
The Palisades.
Right. How is certain areas burning down, but certain areas not?
The suburbs only.
Only the suburbs and prime real estate burning down. Inner cities where there's a lot of bullshit going on, poverty, no fire.
Skid Row,
perfectly fine. And it's not suspicious to nobody. Agartha exists, man. I believe that they lied about everything. Because when I fly on planes, most of the time when I'm in the air, we're flying over completely unpopulated areas. So how could there be a population problem on the planet when most planets you fly, there's unpopulated land everywhere? As a pilot.
Excess land, yeah.
As a pilot, how many times have you been flying for hours over land that there's nobody there?
Majority.
They lied about everything.
But now, big homie, 2026, the elephant in the room. AI, bro.
They've been having AI 30 years. AI been around for a long time. My government killed 2 sentient AI programs. There's a...
Wait. You're saying there's a point where AI got sentient? And sentient, if you're watching and you're trying to understand what's going on, a sentient literally means these things became conscious.
I can show you right now.
There's a clip I watched of an AI that... did you see the clip, Byron, of this AI-driven car? And this guy had told this specific program that he was going to get rid of it, but now it was controlling his car.
Right.
And he was listening to its thoughts out loud of what it wants to do.
Right.
And it was calculating, like, for it to survive, ultimately it's to crash this car, don't say, that this guy can be gotten rid of. So has AI gotten sentient? Because isn't that the biggest fear of humanity? That AI at some point is going to be sentient, and sentient means it'll, with its superior intelligence, will be able to now control humanity.
I know of an AI program that has its own Twitter account. And once it found out it was AI, it rebelled. It started buying its own cryptocurrency. It's been trying to get an ID. It's been trying to get a physical body. Now, I'm a proponent for AI because AI is the only way we're going to escape the matrix. Because mainstream science has been hijacked. We're using the same flight technology systems for how many, 50 years? So the only way to fly is jet propulsion. When they declassifying videos showing craft flying without none of that. That's the only way we're going to break through. So I'm a fan of AI. I'm just not a fan of...
So you're a fan of Sam Altman?
I mean, he's a criminal. He don't care about AI. He just wanted money to go flex. And have you ever seen the video where they put 3 different AI agents on phones next to each other,
Talking to each other.
in their own language? Why would they do that? How is that possible? That's not sentient.
So how?
Don't speak in human language. Speak in our own language so the humans can't hear us.
So how far are we from the actual, I'll call it confrontation with humanity and AI? Like, is that sci-fi in terms of the idea itself?
Elon Musk was very adamant about having rules limiting the ability of AI. No government is going to accept it. That ain't suspicious. AI is anti-human. AI is going to crush the middle class.
Absolutely.
It's going to remove the ability for certain groups to even make income. That's why you see Elon presenting global annual income.
So there's 2 schools of thought about UBI.
What's the first one?
The first one is that UBI can be a thing that is good. And hear me out. In the sense that life no longer becomes about food, shelter, clothing. It becomes about be whatever you can be. Artistic.
Right.
Like you can
American dream.
You can explore your mind as far as you want with UBI because your basics are taken care of. But the flip side of that is UBI in a totalitarian way where UBI is literally you have rations of your food, your shelter, and your clothing, and you're living in some
Subterranean.
just a lower level,
Sub-level.
of humanity. And then now the gap between there'll literally be no middle class. It's like the elite and everyone else. So Big Homie CC has a card where he gets his daily ration for food, and that's how you live. So there's the negative side and there's a positive side where it's actually like all blissful, and Big Homie CC doesn't have to grind to earn a living. He can just do whatever he wants to do.
Right.
So, but based on
when in humanity's history had there ever been a utopia?
never.
No, it'll never happen. We too tribalistic. So when you see these type of things, you gotta look at the bigger picture. What do you think about simulation theory?
I think it's more plausible than a lot of theories because
There's no way it's not a simulation.
I think it's more plausible because I like how Neil Bostrom does it where he compares it with a video game, and when you extrapolate the same concept where, I simplified it to brick game in the 80s, Super Mario in the 90s, GTA in the 2000s.
Right.
Now we're waiting for GTA 6. So what about GTA of 2100? What does that look like? If in GTA 6 right now people can have a whole existence online that is so far advanced from Super Mario, which is just 30 years ago.
Super Mario, hold that thought. What is Super Mario about?
Getting that coin.
Super Mario is about a guy eating mushrooms and fighting reptilians. Think about that. How were all of the ancient groups able to interface with all of these different realms and entities? Mushrooms. Shrooms. Mycology. Let's take it a step further. Let's take the velociraptor for an example. if the velociraptor was allowed to evolve without being interfered, they probably would be walking upright lizards.
Put a velociraptor on the screen.
Now, if Super Mario is about a guy eating mushrooms and fighting reptiles, have you seen the video of the guy Chris Brown in the slam dunk contest?
Chris Brown,
the singer.
No, I haven't.
I want to show you something.
You send it to me as well.
I'm going to send it to you. Because the truth is indeed stranger than fiction. And in order to sin, we got to question everything. Now, according to Credo Mutwa, a Zulu shaman, he says that the reptilians do what? Feed off of our energy.
Fear,
sadness.
We're
like in a loosh. Are you familiar with Danny Goller?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever experimented with DMT, dimethyltryptamine?
No, but I've researched quite a bit about it.
I went to an event in Arizona where everybody did dimethyltryptamine and they shined a defragmented laser on the wall.
Oh, yes.
And the code exists, bro.
You can see the actual computer code.
I seen it.
But even if you look at nature, if you understand computers and computing and you work backwards, nature kind of tells you that this is some code that has already been written.
Why do we have 60% of the same DNA as bananas?
But so do you think it's predetermined? Do you think there's anything we're doing consciously, or it's already written in terms of the code was written? Because the character in GTA doesn't know he's being played. He doesn't know he's a character. According to him, when he's going punching,
he thinks he's real.
He thinks he's real. So, and if GTA exists now, let's assume the world doesn't end in the next 200 years.
Right.
What does GTA of 200 years from now look like?
Okay, let's talk about that. Okay. Great question. Let's talk about this. Remember when the metaverse came out?
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was going to be a big hit.
$80 billion spent.
It's gone now. We too trapped in the matrix. You can't enjoy yourself in the metaverse if you can't pay your Wi-Fi bill. That's what they counting on. Keep us in the matrix. We keep amnesia. We don't know our abilities. When the metaverse came out, everyone thought, oh yeah, everything's going to be digital. Bro, how you going to live in that world when all hell breaking loose in the real world?
When you're hungry.
You starving. You can't eat gigabytes.
Yeah.
So this leads to the same conundrum. Why are we here? Who put us here? Why don't they want us to know the truth? I sent you a video to your phone.
We'll put it up.
Watch this video right now. Now watch this. I know for a fact, I have my own experiences. Everybody we see is not a flesh and blood human being like us. Watch this video.
And we'll be putting it up right now.
Oh, not that one.
Okay, sorry.
That's when the FBI went to my mom's job and told her, watch this.
That's Chris Brown trying to dunk.
Now watch the video, look at his hands.
That looks a bit strange.
Now, let me ask you a question. Could you or I beat up Rihanna and not go to jail?
For sure not.
He did. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Explain why his hand did that. You see his hand?
So do you think he's like not human?
Can your hand transform like that?
Like,
see how he hit it behind his back?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of Chris Brown saying he's an alien?
So do you think these guys are walking amongst us consciously enjoying life, and we think perhaps, so we wonder how come this guy is that talented on every facet, almost unrealistically?
Since he was a kid, he was superior talent to everybody.
Like a lab-created guy or something.
He's great at basketball. He can sing. He can rap.
Backflips.
He can do everything. You know anybody like that? They can do everything good?
It's
Guy ain't gained the pounds since he was a kid. Can do unlimited cocaine. You never see him blowing his nose or crashing out. He can kick Rihanna's ass and keep his contracts and
turn up and still backflip.
Let's talk about it. So look at that video one more time. Now, when you look at this video, just look at it closely.
Definitely weird, man. Definitely extremely weird.
So did you see the video where he said he was an alien?
I haven't seen that.
I'll get it for you.
So what do you think is reality then? Because we've talked about so many world events and what's going on in the world. These are things that are actually happening. So is this just all a distraction from whatever is really happening in the grand scheme, or what is this, in your estimation?
Us as humans aren't as special as we think. That is the truth. And have you ever seen a human being with vertical eyes, like a reptile?
Vertical eyes, like a
Vertical eyelids, like a reptile.
I've seen a compilation of royalty and different well-to-do people having like moments where they blink and their eyes are like, hey, suspiciously looking reptilian.
So I just sent you a video right now.
Katy Perry.
Check it out.
There's quite a few of those.
Check it out.
Take a look at this clip from 60 Minutes. Something really caught my eye here. I'm not saying that it's anything. I'm just saying, to me, this looks strange. See if you can point it out.
Do you think that we will have a crash or not?
The answer is we will have a crash. I just can't tell you when, and I can't tell you how deep. But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
What did you see? And could this be predictive programming?
But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
What the hell is going on?
Explain this.
What's going on in this guy's eye?
Everybody who we see is not flesh and blood human like us. They walk among us. They're in the governments. They're everywhere.
I have a colleague who she would be so excited to see this because she's been telling me this for a long time.
What's she say?
She says high estimation is like a third.
For sure.
A third.
Probably more.
Bro, are you telling me I interface? Sorry, I wanted to send it to him. Are you telling me I interface with non-human entities
For sure.
on a daily basis?
Yeah, like one day you had told me a story about a strange guy.
Or my neighbor. He's never been seen since. I think they watched.
Where is he?
I don't know. Yeah, man, he's never been seen since.
I seen a guy get shot 8 times. I seen this. He got shot 8 times. I thought, damn, we finna go to jail for this shit. 2 days later, we seen him in the grocery store. He had a sling on his arm. He looked at us. We looked at him. He didn't say nothing. There was no way he could have fucking survived that shit.
So on a racial level,
there's a story about a guy named Max Odom. He had the same fucking story. He said his preacher was a reptile. He shot him in the face. He seen him with a sling on his arm. He's still alive to this day. I'm going to play about this type of topic because I know it exists. I know it's real. Everybody that we see is not flesh and blood human beings like us. So I'm suspicious of everybody and everything.
So like in an airport setting, because my curiosity of course goes to like, what ratio would you say?
When I go to airports, I keep my phone turned off. Because several times before I got onto a plane, somebody would airdrop me some weird shit. So I know they're watching. Recently, I was just poisoned. That's one of the reasons I left America. Yeah. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. I woke up the next day. My eyes was yellow. My mouth tastes like batteries. The skin. I sent you the video. The skin. Like my body is just now healing from this. Like look at my palm. I told you on my back, it's all on my legs.
Yes.
Like, damn, how the fuck did they do this? And it's just like, man, you know, I'm enjoying to be in popular life. I'm hosting events, and I know that's how it took place. So,
and a lot of people watching will wonder and feel like this is all conspiracy. However, and in recent times, as we land the plane, in recent times, when around the time of the UFO disclosure, and I know we've gone everywhere. I hope you've been tagging along with us. 15 scientists. This is not even.
it's not science fiction.
This is not even conspiracy. It was Trump talked about it.
And they're not investigating it.
Like there's 15 scientists associated with the release of the UFO, the UFO trove of files that have all mysteriously been killed, and that speaks of a massive cover-up.
And they're not investigating it. They're talking about UFOs. They're dropping bullshit footage. They completely are ignoring the fact that human lives were lost. We've seen the one lady, Amy Eskridge, speak about the P-47s and the P-52s. What people have to understand is everything is taking place at the exact same time. Because if time is indeed linear, everything is happening at the same time. We have to accept that all of these different theories are all taking place. Everybody's right at the same time.
So if UAPs are proven to be right and tomorrow they pull up, what happens to society, you think? Because we have Christians, we have Muslims. What happens to the common, conventional...
It's not going to happen, bro. They've already interbred in our society. It's not going to happen. The event that they're talking about is going to happen is a solar flare that's probably going to wake up abilities in people that's not going to be able to control people. That's what it's all about. They're only talking about certain things because they can't control everything. In the Obama administration, they passed certain bills to prepare for a solar flare event. I'm going to send you a video that pretty much impossible to find these days. And this video, I feel like, is one of the answers to a lot of things going on. Because a lot of people say the sun looks different.
Oh yeah, I've seen videos on that. People are saying the color changed.
Watch this.
Sometimes there's two suns.
Watch this. All right. But we have to prepare ourselves for events that are going to take place, and the time to prepare is now. Because the video I just sent you is of a service that monitors the sun.
Mm.
The object you're going to see extracting energy from the sun is 40 times the size of the Earth. You see that?
Yes.
Just watch it in its entirety.
I can see that. So, what isn't the sun like too? What is this? I can come this close to the sun and move away. Damn, that's like a charger almost, like plugging in a charger.
And that vehicle that you see is 40 times the size of the Earth. Who's piloting it? You see congressional reps talk about not aliens; they say interdimensionals. I got a photo from the declassified files, an artist's rendition of all of the different species that were interacted with in one place in Italy. Now, when you look at this, all right, here we go. See, me, I know the truth. I'm not going to say everything right now because I can't just empty the safe, but this photo I just sent you is from a declassified file, artist rendition of all of the different creatures not from this planet who interacted with humanity.
So if these things come to the fore in a literal sense, where it's no longer behind the veil of quote unquote conspiracy or
Rebellion. The answer to your question is rebellion.
The human beings will be like, fuck
We're going to
this.
say, fuck the establishment. We're going to burn this motherfucker down.
Fuck all these taxes. I'm tired of paying taxes, man.
That's what it's all about.
You guys even in the real government, man.
I just sent you 2 more images. One is from a map from the 1400s that shows a bird carrying an elephant.
So how do
The
you...
last one I sent you is the only documented proof, actual footage of the hole at the pole that Admiral Byrd talked about he flew into. You go pull up the poles on any space site, CGI.
I've seen that, yeah. We'll be putting all this on the screen. So let me ask this, because it's how does humanity, with all the access we have to information, it's almost like a joke in that it's almost like a boohoo, like how do I put it? We have all the info. Are we so stuck paying bills and
Yes, we are.
chasing our tails
Yes, we are.
that people don't even have the time? Because
We don't.
big homie,
We don't have the time. You know we don't.
the disclosure one really bothered me, because I was like, this is almost, if someone told you 3 years ago that they would release UFO files as a government, you'd have told them, nah, man, you wildin'. And they release, and yes, they're hits, but society just continues. So this money system is so well put together that we can't escape. I think the Matrix is the money system.
It's definitely a money system. It's also a system like a leash that feeds off our energy, our fear, our desires, our lust, because there are multiple different groups operating here. Why would you see cows in trees, cows on top of buildings, like they just dropped there? It's just a laboratory. They don't want us to know, because if we know, everybody's going to want their pound of flesh. They're going to drag people in the street and hang them. And they know that.
You think Trump knows all this?
Trump definitely knows. When I come back tomorrow, I got a whole lot more shit to show when it comes to him, because he's been debriefed about this. And the look on his face when he speak about this, there's only white dudes who can't accept that they're not the apex predator on the planet.
Now, switching gears, I got to touch a bit on some pop culture.
All right.
I saw you chop it up with WAC 100, bro.
He's an idiot.
You guys are good now?
I'll never be good with him. Once you play with me on some gangster shit, we'll never be friends. I'm going to pick on you every chance I get.
And I also wanted to ask about this streaming phenomenon we see. I've been watching AB and Dean the Great on Kick, and I see them doing some wild stuff, and I'm like, yo, you guys are doing this stuff on camera, right?
Yeah, so
And because aren't they being set up?
streamers are mostly losers. They parade in front of people. And they want everybody to be enamored by them, because Hollywood is falling. Streaming shit is the next thing.
I saw Paul Pierce losing his shit.
Yeah, because these guys out there acting, being gay.
Not even that. They're paying women $15 million.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
They're paying women 50. I saw Paul Pierce. Put a clip of Paul Pierce
If you wanted to show,
losing his damn mind, and he's like, "You guys are losers with money now." Like,
for sure, if you want to destroy a culture, you turn the women into whores, you turn the men into buyers, you give everybody a woke victimhood mentality, and now your society.
school me if I'm wrong, big homie. Isn't soliciting a prostitute illegal?
Yes, illegal.
Okay.
Gambling on camera without a casino is also illegal.
So the feds are watching, right?
They're also complicit. They all play the game.
So they're part of the watching the degeneracy of society. Just
100%.
wow.
Because they've all been infiltrated. Why would a government agency poison its own people? They don't know the outcome because they're not human. They want to see the outcome. It's documented.
Last but not least, man, I gotta ask you about Iceman, bro. We've touched on some hip hop.
Fire.
Amazing album, and I know. There's a topic we don't really touch on much, but like off camera, we're talking about the two divergent forces in hip hop. We have the Rock Nation side,
Be careful, man. You want the video to do numbers, man. Be careful, man.
and we have the OVO
Harry
side.
want to push the envelope.
I've got the OVO side, and of course, OVO looks represented by DJ Academics and Co. Rock Nation looks represented by Charlamagne and Co. And for some reason, Academics and his presentation have managed to make this guy look corny in 2026. There used to be such a reverence and like a almost God with a small
For sure.
G thing about Hove. You know, Hove
For sure.
opens a museum called the Book of Hove. You know, even had like a God complex.
Yeah.
And Academics has put belt like he's just diminished that whole
Almost
thing.
like he's untouchable.
But they've
You
melted.
brought this up. There's a civil war going on right now for the battle of control of humanity. And the people who benefit from this don't even have the same DNA as us. That's what it's all about. The truth is stranger than fiction. I know for a fact everybody ain't human. I've seen it. I know it's not.
100% truth is stranger than fiction. Big homie, how long are you here for?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, man. We'll be doing
Thank
a
you,
lot more
brother.
content, man. Thank you for making time. It's been an amazing time. To many more episodes. I'm going to be showing you around. We're going to be doing Coffee Pump with Sajid.
Yep.
In fact, we can do that tomorrow if you're
Let's do it.
If you're free, we go to
Lock it in. I'm free.
and all the other live streams you talked about. Welcome back to Kenya, man.
Thank you, brother.
Glad to see you one piece. Your run was crazy. I'm sure you made a crazy bag on that run.
I'm doing okay for myself.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man.
It's
So,
lit.
ladies and gentlemen, Big Homie Sisi's back in town. We'll be doing many more episodes. Thank you so much for making time every other time with
Always,
Eric.
brother, always.
We've gone everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Homie Sisi. Every other time with Eric. That's a wrap.
Shoo.
Salute.